Hi class, I hope you all are well. I wanted to make a video. I haven't made one in the last few weeks, so I wanted to catch up with you all. I wanted to let you know we're getting very close to finals. Please remember, I will hold another testing session, but this time, unlike for the midterm where I had 2 sessions, there will only be 1 session. Please look at the exam session schedule that I posted under course information to see when that session is. We will be testing in the same room that we did for the midterms. Now, because there's only 1 session, I did choose to schedule it when I first made the schedule during the time that was reserved for online classes to test. I do not know all of your schedules, so I can only imagine whether or not you have other online classes who will be testing during the same time. So there may be many of you who are unable to test with me, though you tested with me during the midterm. So look, see when I'm testing. I'm pretty positive it's a Saturday, but don't quote me. And if it's not a Saturday, don't be upset with me. In the middle of the afternoon. So double check, see when I'm testing, and see what your exam schedule is looking like so that you can know right now at week 11 whether or not you can test with me, and you can go ahead and reserve a proctor, because I want you to start thinking about that now, because proctors are paid. And I'm seeing a lot of people paying somewhere between $20 and $40 for one, and with it being finals, everybody's going to need a proctor. I don't want you to get behind and end up paying an exorbitant amount for your proctor or not having a proctor. So I will only be holding 1 testing exam. The final will be much like the midterm, where there will be multiple choice questions and short answer questions. This time there will be more short answer questions, or at least it was last year when I did it. I may try to change that and make more multiple choice questions, make it look a little bit more like the midterm. So that's the final. So please start preparing for it. You kind of know my style now. You kind of know what I'm looking for on the exam. I left you guys a lot of feedback on the midterm. So I know I have some grading to do, so I will start getting caught up on the grading so that you all have all of your quizzes and to go back and look at and to study. So I will spend some time this week getting some grading done so we can get started getting caught up over the next couple of weeks. I want you to go into your final knowing where you stand without the final, so that you can have a better idea of what you need to do on the final. I have been sending out starfish alerts to those of you who I'm concerned about, or those of you who are really improving or showing outstanding performance as well. So just please be mindful of your grade as we approach these last few weeks, and be mindful of our due dates. There are so few assignments left. Do not get lackadaisy and stop doing assignments because everything's piling up at once at the very end here. As well as don't decide that you can afford to miss a few assignments and take a 0. Or if you know that you've missed some, don't continue to miss any. Please, I stress more than anything, you're going to want to get these last points in, all of them if possible. Your gratitude journal is coming to an end very soon. I want to remind you, I saw this last year when I did this. Please note that when you submit your final gratitude journal, and I will say this again in a future video, you are submitting to me 2 things. You're submitting your gratitude journal that you've been keeping over the whole semester with all of the entries in it. Please, if possible, put it in one document so that I'm not having to open up a bunch of attachments. So if you've been taking pictures of your diary because you're keeping it written, please just take those pictures and put them in a slideshow in order so I can easily go through that slideshow and look at every post that you've done. Outside of that, you are also submitting a reflection about what you have gained, what insights you have obtained through doing this gratitude journal. So please be sure. Last year I had some people who either didn't do the reflection, they got it confused with the journal, and so they only submitted the journal and didn't submit the reflection, or vice versa, they only submitted the reflection and didn't submit the whole journal. So be mindful of that, because that is a large chunk of points as one of your final assignments. It's not due for a couple more weeks, but I just wanted to have you thinking about that now so that you can go and read the reflection requirements, so you can start thinking about it and composing something in your head, or even start writing it now, because it is due right in the middle of when you would be studying for your finals, and I don't want you to get too bogged down. So that is that as we get closer to the end of the semester. I have been meeting some of you all as well out and about. I know I met one student at Sophie and Charlotte this week, and I've been meeting some of you all around campus as well, or at other events. So it's great seeing you guys. I hope that I get to see the ones that I missed over at the final, if possible. It's good to see and put some of your faces to your names. So you will also likely in the coming weeks get a link to do my evaluation. Please do the evaluation. It really helps me to think about what I want to change from semester to semester. So based on some feedback I got last semester, I changed some things this semester, and it's going to continue in that way. So one of the most important things that I want to hear about is how you felt about the discussion boards. Did you enjoy having that opportunity to talk with amongst yourselves, to see some different expressions of how public health affects the community, rather than just, reading a lot of articles or doing reflections based on the other readings that are in the class. So I want to know, how did you like the discussion boards? How did it work for you? That's really important. I'm also starting to kind of collect some feedback on the textbook. I'm playing with the idea of changing that textbook. Probably not next semester, but probably in a couple semesters. I'm not the biggest fan of the textbook. I think it's just a little too deep. It's too many words, not enough pictures, and I think for an elective, it's just a really heavy textbook, and perhaps it would be better to have a smaller textbook for this, so we can have more time to interact and you guys aren't stressing about reading these long chapters. So just give me a little feedback. I would really appreciate you completing the reflection. Many of you took the opportunity to do the extra credit, and you got it into me on time. That is the only extra credit I will likely be offering this semester, so thank you for those who did it. It will help out my colleagues in the department who are collecting this data for their research. So other than that, I don't think I have anything else to remind you of. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's all that was on my mind to talk to you about. So I hope you guys have a great week, and I will be in touch with you. Look forward to reading your discussion boards over the last few weeks. Have a great week. Bye-bye.